Very good morning, students. I'm Daisy Sharma, teacher to English from Chenvi, Yamnanagar. Today, we are going to take up a new topic, which is very interesting and very close to my heart. It is one of the most favorite chapter I love to teach my students, named Boli. Boli, as the name suggests, a simpleton. Her real name was Suleika. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off a cot and some part of her brain was damaged. Thus she used to stammer and could not speak clearly until she was 5. She also suffered from smallpox, which left dark poke marks on her face. That added to her looks, which usually people call ugly. Due to her ugly face, people often made fun of her. They also made fun of her because of her stammering. Boli remained a backward child. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. Boli was the youngest of all daughters. All were very healthy and strong except Boli. They would also worry about her marriage. One day, the Hisardar came to perform the opening ceremony of the primary school opened in the village. He insisted Ramlal to admit his daughter into the school. Although Boli's mother was not willing to send her to school, yet she agreed. At first, Boli was frightened to hear about school. She was properly cared for. She was given good clothes and other things. She began to think what was happening, because it was for the very first time she felt she was being taken care of. She was happy to see the girls of her age, and she wanted to make one of them her friends. However, when the teacher called her name, she stammered, and all the girls laughed. This discouraged her. She started crying. But the teacher was very kind-hearted. She encouraged her to speak. She also motivated her that she could overcome her stammering completely if she came to school daily. This aroused a sign of hope and new life in Boli. Years passed. The village became a small town. The little primary school turned into a high school, and other improvements also took place. Since she was a grown-up girl now, the parents received a proposal from a lame old man, Bishamba, who had children who were also grown up. However, Ramlal and his wife agreed as he was well settled. Boli's sister were envious to see the pomp and splendor at their sister's wedding. However, when the groom was about to garland the bride, the woman slipped the veil from the bride's face. Bishamba refused to marry such an ugly girl without a dowry. He demanded 5,000 rupees as dowry to marry Boli. People were startled to see her speaking without stammering. She refused to marry the greedy person. She told her father that she would serve him and the mother in their old age, and she would continue to teach in the same school where she learned so many good things. We learned from the story that the proper support and emotional security can lead to child's development. With this, I would also like you to pay heed to the emotional trauma the girls undergo in the society, in the village, especially an Indian village. The girls are deprived of their rights. They aren't given the attention, the affection they need to grow up in their life. Most of the characters from Indian society of the deprived women or the girls have been written by many of the authors. I'm reminded of Rupa Bajwa's Sari Shop, in which Kamala also had to face certain problems that Bholi faced. It is the bitter truth that the girls are not given the rights. They are deprived of their rights. They are not bestowed upon with all the love and affection that they need. Why should the boys be treated differently? Or why the girls aren't enjoying the equal status? Why they are being treated the way they shouldn't be? When I look at the surroundings, when we look around us, when we look into the societies we live in, we come across certain examples like Bholi, the girls who had to starve, the boys getting milk, the girls suffering from malnutrition, the boys being overfed. These are the few examples that we can discuss upon. But what are the life skills we learn from these chapters? How can we accommodate these kind of characters if we ever come across them? Should we be very supportive towards them? Should we love them? Should we desert them? The question arises, it varies from person to person how you deal the things. But the life skills do teach us to be social enough. The social skills can help. The emotional skills can help. The children like Boli to grow fully if you are in support. If we are compassionate, if we are kind towards such characters, if we can analyze the situation and deal accordingly and resolve their matter, we can truly be called an educated person. Just merely reading the story of Boli will not serve the purpose in our lives unless we transform the society, unless we make an extra effort to support such girls emotionally, mentally. We need to imbibe certain good qualities, good personality traits. To revolt against the people like Bushamba, who was so greedy and who at the last minute demanded 5,000 rupees as dowry. Why should we give money? Why should we pay money to get our daughters married? They are not saleable. They too have the dignity. So the characters like Bholi teaches us to arise from the sleep of the thoughts, the laws that are made, and to use them sternly, to make the society livable, to involve ourselves in beautifying the society in our own way, so that the society, so that the individuals who are living in the society, they all can live their life. Merely struggling, getting exploited will not ever help any one of us to groom, to modify, to transform the society. So whenever I come across the characters like Boli, I wish to sympathize with the people who have to undergo such a turmoil. It's not that easy. Seeing the things and living the things are two different things. Boli was compelled to live the life that she was living. But thanks to Tehsildar, who insisted the parents and who eventually admitted her in the school. The teacher, no doubt, plays a vital role in her life. She transforms her from a meek, frail girl to a bold, courageous girl who could muster the courage to speak in the public when she says she won't marry Bishamber. The best thing about the story is that it gives you a lesson to not to take the dowry. It also teaches you to speak where it is necessary. Just tolerating the things when they should be spoken will not do. You will have to speak because there is limitation to everything. You cannot endure everything. Patience, endurance are good, but not at the cost of your lives. You need to be educated. Just being literate won't help you. Be educated. Learn the things as they come to you and paint your world, your society with your colors of love to transform the pathetic society to a wonderful world of happiness. Be a ray of hope like her teacher in one's life, and I assure you, this is the biggest life skill lesson I could give it to you. to be a ray of hope in someone's life and try your level best to bring about a change in his or her life. I think that feeling is going to satisfy you, content you throughout your life, that you could do something for someone. Usually we don't do such things, but it's high time that we need to focus on how we can transform the society, how we can change the mentality of the people, how we can educate the people for not taking dowry, and how we can motivate more of the teachers like Boli's teacher to come forward and bring about a change in the society. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently. Now I have a few interactive worksheets for you that I'll be just projecting it on the screen. You can get the printouts later, but now we can solve it in the class. Let us see how you have to do. I should just be guiding you, and it will be your home assignment. How you have to do is I shall be handing it over to you 2 to 3 worksheets based on the character sketches, the personality traits, the tone and the mood, and you have to carefully solve them on your own. Whatever you inferred through this, you have to put it into words. You'll be getting a character wheel in which you'll have to you have to write certain personality traits, and in support of your personality traits, you have to mention a few events from the story.